And again, right through that intersection and punches it again. Definitely in LA County. This is going to be the San Dimas area. Eastbound, I'm going to try to get you a street here. Bonita. Eastbound Bonita. And look at these speeds. I mean, he's just continuing to just bolt here in the San Dimas area, now approaching Laverne. CHP still in pursuit on those motorcycles. It's the only way they were able to keep up with him other than the airships that are overhead. Now we'll see if LA County Sheriff's gets involved in this or not. Generally they have a no pursuit policy, but they may assist the CHP in tracking this guy. He's got a green light ahead. He's approaching traffic here, an intersection once again. And it may be turning red. Let's see what happens. He goes right through that intersection. And CHP, I'm not seeing there yet. There they are, way back there. They've dropped back quite a bit. And of course the helicopter is tracking. Look at this car pull right out in front of that guy. Swerves around that vehicle and continues on. A very dangerous high-speed chase here that's been going on since the San Bernardino area. 210 at Waterman was when we first heard about it. Westbound 210 at Waterman. Now he's in the Laverne area on Bonita. I'm hearing that we got a cross traffic ahead, red light. Let's see what happens. A lot of traffic coming through that intersection, and the motorcycle is just going to weave his way right through there. The guy continues on at high speeds, reaching about 60 miles an hour on the surface streets. Continuing here, appears to be, let's see, I'm going to try to get a correct street here for you. No, it's Arrow Highway. He's northbound now from Arrow. Look at that. He just almost got hit by a white vehicle. CHP units coming across the intersection. That was Arrow Highway. He was on Arrow Highway now. He's northbound. This might be, I'll try to get you a street here. Blowing past the cars on the right-hand side. Look at that. Unbelievable speeds here on surface streets. He's just continues to look over his left shoulder, looking for those officers that are not giving up. They're staying with him. They're tracking him. And he continues on northbound here. This is this might be White Avenue. Approaching another intersection here. Green light, he's slowing down, might be making a right turn. Yep, there he goes. Right turn from White Avenue, eastbound. We got a red light again. He's going to approach that intersection, slowing now. He's going to turn into a parking area. Actually, it's the gas station. Let's see if he foot bails here in that gas station. No, he's going to continue on through that intersection. It looks like he's back, I believe it's eastbound here. Foothill Boulevard from White Avenue. Again, just hitting the throttle there. We're at 90 miles an hour trying to catch up to him. He's backed off a little bit on the speed. And let's take a look here. I'm going to zoom out. He's looking back over his shoulder, and to see the CHP, he's really put some distance there. I don't see him in our picture. They're trailing, but I can tell you that the helicopter's overhead. Look at this. He's going to go right by. There's some people in the crosswalk. He's going to make. Look at that. Oh man, he just missed that car. But that's the maneuverability of these motorcycles. They're able to maneuver in and out of traffic so well. The problem is they're hard to see. No ground units now. Those motorcycles have either lost them or pulled off this pursuit. And now he might be feeling a little bit more comfortable as he makes a right turn into a neighborhood here. Now he may jump out or jump off that bike and run. Let's see what happens. He's looking around, trying to see who's on him, if there's anybody behind him, anybody close. Again, making it through this neighborhood. And weaving his way in and out of this neighborhood. You can see some people walking there with their dog. This is in the Claremont area, and he will continue on. I can see that, yeah, he's looking to maybe find a good place to hide out. The problem is they have a police helicopter overhead, and it's unclear if he realizes that or not. He's looking down. Maybe he's going to get on a cell phone here or something, but again, he really hasn't looked up to notice our helicopter here in News Chopper 4. I don't know if he thinks that we're the police or something, but there he's making a gesture up into the sky. I don't know if he was signaling someone or what, but this may be a dead-end street. He's got a cul-de-sac and nowhere to go, so he's going to have to come back out that way or jump out and run. Again, we get the CHP looking like he's going to get on a cell phone or something and maybe make a phone call. Got some earbuds in his ear. And let's see, he's going to continue on. Look at that, a ground unit right there. He blows by him. He may have hit that door. Now that changes the game here. That could be an assault on a peace officer right there by clipping that door. And here he goes, high speeds through this neighborhood here, very quiet neighborhood near the 210 freeway. Still in the Claremont area. And I'll tell you what, if he clipped that vehicle or threatened that officer in any way, that changes the ball game here completely. Coming back out, I'll try to get you the name of the street. That squad car has turned around and is in pursuit. He's looking back over his shoulder now. Of course, that squad car is going to have a difficult time competing with this motorcycle. But if those other CHP motorcycles are still in.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. He is totally showing off out here. When we first arrived, it was a shot far off from a distance, but and now he's gesturing to the officers there, right there. But, you know, when we first arrived out here, it appeared that he was doing stunts on the freeway. Right now, really just kind of showing off. You know, we don't want to encourage this, but we also don't want to miss anything that might happen out here. You know, this is our job to document and watch and basically inform the public. Again, we got a lot of traffic out here. He's going right up the center. He's got two officers from the California Highway Patrol, the two motorcycle officers from earlier on that are still behind him out there. Now, there is still a helicopter overhead. They are calling out the locations. And again, you kind of wonder if the officers have gotten close enough or have any information on that motorcycle, possibly a registration, possibly an idea where this guy lives, you know, just to basically, sometimes we've seen them, you know, they got the documentation, they know it's this guy, just go to his house afterwards. Again, though, right now we're still eastbound live right now on Foothill Boulevard. Those officers from the California Highway Patrol really starting to close that gap. They are starting to move out here. We're probably going to see them here in the shot in a moment or two. It's kind of difficult to really judge the distance between those officers and this rider, but he does seem to be looking back at them. He does seem to be almost taunting those two officers. There's one of them right there. There's the second. And again, Foothill Boulevard, luckily right there, that was a green light, but we've seen them run a lot of reds. Those officers won't run those red lights. This guy is running those red lights. Dangerous for him, dangerous for this anybody in a car heading the other way. Eastbound, Foothill Boulevard. That's our direction. Motorcycle pursuit. This guy is wanted for reckless driving, obviously evading officers, and this pursuit continues. Oh. Gestures. Here we go again. Here we go again. Showing off. Upland. I'm sorry. I've been listening to the officers here talking back and forth, and there has been some talk that they wanted. They've been talking about possibly discontinuing this pursuit. Again, though, it does not seem like that's going to happen. There is something, maybe something other that we don't know, that's going to keep this pursuit going. There is a couple of vehicles now, California Highway Patrol vehicles, their pursuit vehicles, getting behind those motorcycles, obviously probably having a little trouble keeping up with this pursuit. At one point there, after a little bit of that showboating, he got the speeds back up into the hundreds out here, or 100 plus, as we keep going eastbound here on Foothill Boulevard, well established in the Upland area, going through that was San Antonio was the cross right there, and he blew another red light, but you can see him kind of slowing down. And again, pretty much every time he gets through one of those lights, he knows that the officers will have to slow down a little bit there, because they're not going to take those chances. And again, he'll speed up. Though I can tell you the two motorcycle officers from the California Highway Patrol, not that far behind, close behind after that. Two of those SUV type of California Highway Patrols that we see. Again, approaching another stale red out here. And you can see that he kind of slows down and just plows right through it. Again, we're just moving our way eastbound on Foothill Boulevard. You can see this guy just driving right now, not doing much showboating, but earlier on, definitely aware of the situation, aware of the helicopters overhead, probably not sure if those are media and or if they're going to be PD. But again, you can see this guy just really picking up some speed out here. And live, you're watching this right now, Upland area, high-speed pursuit. And they're just hearing right now 70 miles an hour plus as we're working our way, going through another. We just went through Campus, green light. Officers from the California Highway Patrol, I'm looking out the window. I can't show them to you. They are slowing down for that red light and checking both ways before just plowing through it like this suspect. Original one. It's just reckless driving. Again, right now he's just racking up more and more of these charges, gesturing to officers, looking behind him more than he's looking ahead of him, and then just kind of open up the throttle. And there he goes. Very dangerous for anybody on the ground as well. You did point out a motorcycle is a very vulnerable type of vehicle. Obviously, they don't have those protections. But again, that motorcycle probably weighing in excess of 1,000, probably right about 1,000 pounds, 900, maybe a little bit more. And again, that type of weight at this type of speed will do a lot of damage to a vehicle. Somebody in a car, it still could become very injured if that motorcycle hits them at those speeds. Looks like he might be taking a southbound on Grove now. We're taking a southbound turn on Grove. He was gesturing to some friends out there, possibly. Again, doing a little bit of showboating, standing up on that motorcycle. And not as much as he'd done before, but we're southbound on Grove. This will be taking us back into the Ontario area. 10 freeway will be up here in a little bit. I'm not so familiar with this area. I don't know if there's an on-ramp. That's the reason why I mention it. But about 70 miles an hour now, California Highway Patrol still behind him. 4 vehicles chasing him, 2 motorcycles, 2 cars. Original want, reckless driving. You know, in this case right now, it probably would be just wait and see. They can't, like you said, they can't pit this guy. They can't. They might be able to do spike strips, but again, with a motorcycle, that might be against their policy. And also the maneuverability. They probably would see that coming, and he would be able to swerve around it. So their pursuit tactics for a motorcycle much different than a car. Again, the motorcycle might have a little bit less fuel range, so maybe they can run this out. But again, right now, this pursuit continues southbound on Grove. California Highway Patrol chasing this guy. Their other option is let the pursuit kind of wane out, use the helicopter, just keep an eye on him. We've seen that happen quite often in the past, and these guys do get caught. They might be able to drop their motorcycle and run into a residence, but that helicopter is going to watch it. So again, we're moving on southbound here. We're approaching the 210 freeway. There is no on-ramp right here, so he does not have that option to get back on a freeway right now. He can obviously take some roads, but right underneath the 210 right now. 10 freeway, yes. And whoops. Another dead end. Approaching San Bernardino Avenue. Eastbound San Bernardino. Yeah. Come around. Come around, come around, come around, come around. That's right. The officers are out. They do have their guns out, which is, you know, very dangerous situation. We can stay right here. You can see him that he basically just is coming.
Sounds good.
And 211 TOC. And Rick, if you're still with me, you're still talking to me. Go ahead, go ahead. Extremely scratchy. I'm hearing you ask me where this has ended. It's on San Bernardino Avenue. I'll get you across here as soon as maybe we can read this one. sorry, it's not San Bernardino Avenue. It's 4th Avenue, but they said San Bernardino earlier. We'll swing around. It's on 4th Avenue, and we'll get you across street here in just a moment. It is amazing, I have to admit. I'm in awe. Well, alrighty then. Alrighty then. He's in the car. Shall we work our way back to the east? Or to the west, or wherever we want to go? I'm wondering where we should go. I don't know. I'm asking the desk if we should go home. Putting on his iPad, getting his tunes ready. Copy all, return to base, copy all. Return to base.
He said when we got to speak to him as soon as he was pulled out of that car. It's your last chance to say anything about what happened.
I just want to say that I love my family and my 2 baby girls, and I'm sorry I disappointed them in the middle of all this.
The motorcycle, the tow truck driver is taking it away right now. Here's the last look, a Honda motorcycle. Now, the suspect, he did not give us his name. He did, however, give us his Instagram account, so we are going to take a peek at that. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.